So this is Sumer, the music mogul, the caffeine global, the comic man, the astronomic man, and this is the Mad Mouth Show. Well. Welcome back, all you Chelsea chuckers. You know what time it is. Today we're going to be discussing the game between Everton versus Chelsea, where Chelsea draw with both goals 0-0. But before we do so, you know the drill, guys. Like, share, and subscribe to my channel. I'm your host, the one and only Mad Mouth, and this is the Mad Mouth Show. Now, guys, this is not the result we wanted, but this is the result we deserve. Because Everton were completely not letting Chelsea play their game. They were defensively full on and way more sorted than we expected them to be. Yes, Chelsea with the creativity right now is at a top level, but unfortunately against Everton there were a lot of reasons why we couldn't capitalize. I'm not going to sit and say that the team was bad. No, the team was not bad. There were a lot of reasons why we couldn't capitalize. Firstly, the weather conditions were not letting the players move the ball as they wanted. Clearly, there was a problem there. And the physicality that the Evertonian team has, that completely helped them, and it was an advantage for them in this kind of weather. So you can't completely say that it's Chelsea's fault. Yes, to an extent, we should have been a little more decisive in the final third, as I feel Jackson could have scored a goal, but he missed. But even Everton couldn't score, thanks to Sánchez, who made such a good save. So I feel a draw is well deserved. 1 point for each team is probably what the score should have been. But now let's get into the 5 takeaways. The first takeaway, in my opinion, was the lineup, guys. In my opinion, this lineup was not the right lineup. And Maresca should have thought this through. There was no need of bringing Malo Gusto to the left and starting Disasi. Renato Vega would have made a much bigger difference as the left back, and Gusto as a right back would have been any day a better option. I feel this was one mistake Maresca made, and because of that, creatively we couldn't capitalize. We didn't create more chances. Because let's not forget, guys, Vega is big built. He's physically much more stronger, and when he comes and helps in the midfield, there is someone to help Enzo and Caicedo. Even though Enzo and Caicedo were brilliant, but we needed that physical presence. We could see Dokore just like running through the midfield, and that would not have happened if Vega was there, because defensively Vega is pretty good. Only his passing of the ball is not as, for long balls, he's not as great. But he would have definitely helped Caicedo more. So this is a problem that I feel we should have solved earlier, before the game. And even the substitutions were very late in the game. So I feel a little tactical problem was done by Maresca. And Maresca has already played Gusto as a number 10, and we know it doesn't work. So he needs to stop doing that. He needs to let Gusto play at his natural right back position, where he is going up and down, and let him cross the ball. You never know. So, I feel this was quite a bad decision. But now let's also move on to a positive part, the second takeaway, which is Robert Sánchez, who saved an amazing goal. Yes, Sánchez has a mistake in him, which is playing and on the back and causing mistakes, passing the ball to the wrong player at a bad time. But the one thing he's good at is saving and shot stopping. So for me, Sánchez really saved us from losing the game. So big ups to Sánchez, and this is a positive to take. This is my second takeaway. And my third takeaway is Tosin Adarabioyo. The save that Tosin made, that was superb. Defensively, Tosin really played well. In my opinion, even the passes that he was doing, the quick passes from the back into the midfield was superb. This is what we needed because, even Tosin is physically very big. So aerially, he was getting all the tackles right, but also that one ball which could have easily gone in, but Tosin blocked it at the right time and we got saved, guys. This time, Tosin and Sánchez really saved Chelsea. So this is my third takeaway. And now let's get into the fourth takeaway, which is Jackson not performing up to what he should. He could have easily scored. Unfortunately, he didn't. And in general, in the game, he was not really there. Yes, physically, Everton was all over Chelsea. You could see it that, Chelsea is struggling where physicality goes. But I expected more from Jackson because he is big and he can bully defenders. But unfortunately, he was not able to help. And even coming in the midfield, there was not too much that he could do. Yeah, it's not been such a good game for Jackson against Everton. And my fifth takeaway is going to be Cole Palmer and Sancho, who I feel struggled. We can sit and argue and say that the weather was not right and the physicality was not helping them either. And even Neto, there were always two people marking him. So Everton was really stopping any creativity. But that's not an excuse, guys. For me, I feel they should have been slightly more effective, and unfortunately they were not. So for me, my three attackers who could have made a difference could not, and this is a negative, and I hope this does not happen. We need to be more creative because defensively we're not that great. So we have to capitalize on this. Let's see now when Everton comes to the bridge how it's going to be, what's going to happen in the next game. And this is my match reaction video and I'm going to end the stream now. But before we do so, you know the drill, guys. Like, share and subscribe to my channel and do join me in the watch alongs, guys. Let's be a little more interactive and let's have this channel grow. Until then, you take care. Adios, amigos. See you soon and keep the blue flag flying high. Always. Let's go.